Hello everyone. Welcome to this next part of DBMS definition, functions and advantages. I hope you have seen the first part, that is what are the various facilities and features provided by DBMS. So today we will see two three things. Number one would be what are the various advantages of database system as compared to flat file system. So you must have seen drawback of flat file in the previous videos. So in contrast to that, there are a number of advantages of DBMS. So the very first advantage of DBMS is uh, minimum data redundancy. Now, why the word minimum is there? Minimum means uh, unnecessary duplication of data is not there. Okay. However, 100% elimination is not possible. That we will see later on. Some example why there is some minimum redundancy. But since the entire data resides in one central database, okay, so you need not to duplicate the data, so it reduces data redundancy. Okay, so the biggest advantage of DBMS is it has minimum data redundancy, or it has very less unnecessary repetition of data. Okay, point number two is data consistency. Consistent means data is reliable, data is similar, and data is something which you can trust. Okay, so because there are no unnecessary duplicates, so data is consistent. Okay, for example, if you have uh, two spelling of a name, for example, you can have different spelling in Aadhaar card, you can have different spelling in driving license. So that is inconsistency, that which spelling is correct. But if there is no duplicacy, so consistency is there is better data consistency. Next is data integration. Since all the data of the entire enterprise is at one place, so entire data is integrated in a single server or a single application. So it is better to manage the data. Next, we have data sharing. Obviously, since the data is in DBMS, so it can provide data to different applications at a time. As you know, in case of bank, you can access your bank account through mobile, through ATM, through bank counter, through net banking. All these applications are developed in different technologies. For example, uh, mobile app is developed in Android, ATM might be developed in Java, uh, net banking might be developed in PHP, ASP, JSP, but all these things share the data from a common place. So, data sharing is very simple with the help of DBMS. So, I request you that please note these points in your copy. They are important. Sometimes you need to answer them, write them. So, please, I request you to note them down. So, what we have done? We have done minimum data redundancy. Data consistency is another advantage. Data integration is another advantage. Okay. Then we have data sharing. As I told you, data can be easily shared. Next, we have, since uh, SQL is a general standard, so all applications that are developed, they follow the same type of standards. Okay, because all companies follow the same SQL rules, so uh, cross platform compatibility is also possible. Okay, so because all uh, data structures and storage schemas are almost same, so the another advantage is enforcement of standards, or you can call it in the other way also, that throughout the organization similar type of data storage management technique is followed. This is obvious. Another advantage application development is, since the responsibility of data management is with the DBMS, the developer can focus more on application development. So they can focus more on program logic and functionality, and data management part is handled by DBMS. So the what is the benefit? The programmer only needs to implement the application business rule, okay, which helps in application development ease, okay, which was not possible in case of, you must be remembering, in case of flat files. Even if you change the program structure, it was a lot of problem to handle those flat files. Better controls, obviously, because of single uh, point of storage, it is better to control the system. Now, the data independence. Now, what is this data independence? The data independence is of two types. One is logical data independence, and another is physical data independence. So DBMS provides you these two types of independence. Now, what does it mean? It is very simple. See, first of all, what is meant by logical independence? Let me show you with an example only. Logical independence means you can change the structure of existing data without affecting the current queries or current structure. Which means that, see, very simple example. Let us see a table. Select star from test. Do we have this test? Yes. Suppose there is a table called test. Okay. And we used to write this query that select roll number, comma, city from test. Okay. This query is running. Now suppose what I do, I change the logical structure of the table. Logical means I change some column. So logical structure means you are changing the columns or structure of a table. So what I do, I remove age column. So I wrote alter table test drop column age. Okay, you can see table altered. Describe test, age has gone. But even after changing this structure, if I run this query again, it will be running. So it means without much affecting the existing queries, you can change the logical structure of the database. This is the meaning of logical data independence. Yes, if you delete a particular column, suppose if I delete city from this table, then I run this query, and of course it will not run. So sometimes it is difficult to achieve this, but most of the time DBMS gives you facility that you can anytime change the logical structure of the database. Okay. Now physical data independence, again it means that over the period of time you must have seen that different type of storage or security mechanisms change in WhatsApp. For example, that's in earlier time there was no encryption, but later on it introduced encryption. So what might have been done, some algo or some storage mechanism might have been changed in the background. Okay, so but your existing messages were not affected from this. So this is called as physical data independent. That you can change your storage mechanism, storage structure. For example, this is something like this also, that you store your data in pen drive or hard disk or DVD. All three are different ways of storage. One stores in semiconductor, another stores using optical technology, and hard disk uses magnetic. But if you play your song, it doesn't affect. But your storage is different in all three. So this is called as physical data independence. That anytime you want, you can change the internal storage mechanism without affecting the external view. Okay. For example, if you update your WhatsApp and new features are installed, your old messages are intact. However, internal security or storage mechanism might have been completely changed. Or even you don't know that your storage might have been changed from local to some cloud. So it does not affect, or it is neither known to you, or it does not affect your application. So these two type of independence are provided by DBMS: logical data independence and physical data independence. Okay. And of course, next is reduce maintenance, because system is centralized, so it is comparatively easy to uh, maintain the system. So these were some major advantages of DBMS. Again, I repeat: reduce maintenance, data independence, okay, better controls, application development ease, enforcement of standards, data sharing, data integration, data consistency, and minimum data redundancy. So these are, you can find some other also, and you can relate them with whatever we have done till now. Okay, but for example, better services to the users. Of course, you can give better services to the users. Flexibility, it is same. Cost of development and maintaining system is lower. Security, of course, security is widely increased. So these were the major advantages of DBMs. So in next video we will see some other small terms related to DBMS topics, like DBMS users and interface, etc. Okay. So with this, thank you very much. Please do make notes. See you in next video. Thank you.